So apparently, you guys, now women have found something new to complain about, and they are complaining about men enjoying being single in 2026. How dare you enjoy being single? Why do you prefer to be single in 2026?
You know what the funniest thing about so many men is nowadays? So many men are no longer scared of being single. They're now scared of being in a soul-sucking, detrimental relationship that's only gonna waste their time, waste their energy, waste their effort, and waste their money. They would rather be single than be in a bad relationship. So it's not that men are complaining because they're single. Men are complaining because they've just seen everything as such a waste of time for them lately.
And that is so true, especially the fact that a lot of times they don't even have to go through the relationships. They hear it from their friends, family members, social media. So like they always get this negativity, and a lot of people only talk about negative things and drama. Not a lot of people share the positive side. Definitely, if they hear about it and see these things happening, they're like, I would rather not even try.
I see so many women on TikTok. Of course, they're like liberal, complaining like, oh my God, dating's so hard in the city. All men are trash. All men are garbage, blah, blah. It's like, do you think if you've been dating and you're in your late 30s and every man has had an issue with you or not wanting you, do you think that at some point the common denominator might be you? Maybe you're the problem. Maybe it's not like the 4.5 billion men on the planet. Trust me when I say there are thousands of people suitable for you.
That is so true. Like, if you have been on hundreds of dates and you have a whole TikTok account where you are complaining about every single man, you're not even having a second or a third date. I mean, at that point, we really need to like question it and start talking about you and yourself a bit more than other men.
I think it might be you. You might be, if you cannot obtain a partner, you might be nuts. Also, I don't understand this thing, like, it's so hard to date in the city. I understand the challenges of the city. Where would you rather be? The cornfields, where there's 5 people to date? What, do you want to go to an Amish community? I'm so confused. In the city, you have literally the most amount of options. I don't understand. What's better? What's a better option? I don't understand these.
That is so true. In the city, of course, like you have so many also bad options, but also you have so many better options. In a countryside or somewhere else, you have less options, but then you have maybe to settle down at the end of the day. So yeah, it might be more difficult based on having too many options, which I also really dislike. I dislike going to a supermarket where they have thousands of options and I'm like just standing there and I don't know which one to choose and I'm scared of choosing the wrong option. But yeah, I understand that, but also I would rather have the opportunity to even question those options than not have options.
Valentine's Day, and 70% of men are choosing to stay single. And I don't even blame them, and this shouldn't be a shock to anybody.
I mean, especially if you're saying Valentine's Day, they're definitely not gonna find someone on Valentine's Day. If you're a smart ass man, if you are a smart man, you are not going on a first date on Valentine's Day. Like, who does that? You don't want to spend so much money on someone you don't even know.
Dating in this generation is so impossible, and I can talk about it for literally days. It feels like every single woman in this generation is either a gold digger or a bop or both. And so yeah, a lot of men are saying, we choose to be single, we're not gonna deal with this anymore, and I get it. I wouldn't either. That sounds awful. I just saw someone say something today about how I would rather be single than settle. And yeah, me too. I get it. That's me too. But it's crazy because you'll see women come online and be like, men are so sad and they're so single and they're so alone, but not me. I'm having a good time, just the men are having a bad time. And it's like, girl, be so serious for 2 minutes. Anyway.
Are you even sure about that? Single men and single women. Let's actually think about it. Who is having a better time? How about in the meantime, you can watch proof that men have more fun than one of my videos.
So happy Valentine's Day to all the singles out there.
Enjoy it.
We see each other. We're right there.
Yeah, enjoy it. I really don't get it. I mean, Valentine's Day overall, it's just a corporate thing for people to spend their money and for products to be sold. Like, just choosing a random day to celebrate love on a day actually that was supposed not to be that happy and lovely if you go through history and check what Valentine's Day really means. But never mind, let's not go there. Let's not go that deep. Either way, I genuinely don't think men care about celebrating love. And the fact that you mentioned, oh, them being single, Oh my god, men are gonna be sad on Valentine's Day because they're single. Honey, sweetie, they didn't even know it's Valentine's Day. You're the one who knows about it. If they are single, they're like, it's just a random day. Nothing changes for them.
When you say I don't chase women, my first initial thought is, well, then go find your man. You likely aren't making plans. You aren't initiating conversation. Your text messages are really dry. What are you doing? Are you wanting the woman to chase you? Because if that's the case, then
No, he doesn't want
probably aren't
chasing.
even into women. You're probably into men.
Oh, yeah. Now we are like saying if a man is not ready to chase after a woman, and by the way, chase is not just like trying to find the right woman, appreciate the right woman, be with the right woman. No, no. The whole chase game, we know what we're talking about here, all right? So now she's shaming men for not chasing women. And if they choose not to chase a woman, they're gay. There's no other option.
I just don't get it when men say things like this. You probably don't text first in the morning. You don't say good morning. You don't say good night. You don't check in. Like, you want to be single. That's what you should be. If you're not pursuing a woman, then you want to be a woman. Like, this is the problem with guys nowadays. They're so fucking feminine that they want.
How dare they be feminine? Let's shame feminine women now. Let's shame how feminine is bad now. Like, does she even see what is wrong here? I understand if a woman wants to feel needed, and that is all right. And of course, if someone is ghosting you, that is one thing. If they are not answering their messages, they never are actually sending messages first. Yeah, there is something wrong there. They're not that into you. They're not interested. But to expect a man to constantly message first, say good morning first, let you know that he's thinking about you all the freaking time, like, these are not, men are not like that. All right, maybe gay men are like that, I don't know. But men are not like that. So maybe we're talking about the wrong thing here.
The women to do their job.
They don't have a job.
No.
It's literally a different society. Men don't have a job anymore. We live in an age where everything is intertwined now and there are no specific roles. And if we want to do some specific roles here and there, we are shamed for it. We're called old school. We are about to be sent to the 1950s. Like, so can we make up our mind? Because, yeah, if you want it one way, men are gonna understand the assignment and they're gonna do it their way. And then you cannot complain because you chose it.
If I didn't know any better, it would sound like a lot of the men were actually trying to encourage men out there to actually stay single. All right? Don't get involved with no woman. Don't go on dates. Don't do anything, but focus on yourself. Like, more and more men are falling under that category and under that umbrella. And I am scared for a lot of y'all women out there because I already know when it comes to us, we absolutely need love, affection, attention, and men. Okay?
I am so happy that she admits these things because I feel like more and more women, especially online, are saying how they just want a man who makes money and they don't care about anything else. But in reality, everything she mentioned, that is exactly what women care about. There are women who care about money, but even when they recruit that money, they still will try to find this affection and love from someone else. If it's not with the man they got the money from, they're going to be cheating on him. So they can get or attain that other thing as well. That is honestly, at the end of the day, more fulfilling to their soul and more important, but they will never admit it. No, because there is apparently shame in admitting that.
Okay, all of those things stand for men, and with men saying, nah, I'm good, love, I don't know, okay? But let's get into it, you all. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Yeah, let's start this from the top and get into it and break it down, all right?
Bro, I literally just figured out the cheat code. If you want to get bigger in the gym, if you want to save all your money, literally all you have to do is stay single, bro. Like I know it.
Like, I understand his point as well, but I am very sad to admit there is truth in that. If you focus on yourself and you prioritize yourself, you will get the best results for yourself. But at the end of the day, if you do all of that, who are you going to flaunt all of that to? Who are you going to show it to? Who's going to be proud for all these accomplishments? Because I don't know, yeah, you can do it for yourself, but I feel like at the end of the day, after you do it for yourself, you definitely will want someone to see it and appreciate it.
It sounds simple, but all my life, like I always felt like I needed a chick. And then a couple months that I didn't have the chick, like the months that I didn't have a chick, bro, the amount of money I done saved, you wouldn't believe. The amount of size I put on in the gym, you would not believe, bro. Like it's crazy. Like you literally cannot save in a relationship. You either paying all type of shit, for them everywhere you go. Every time you go somewhere, you paying double. Every time you want to kick it, you paying for a bottle, you paying for gas, you paying for parking, you paying for a restaurant, you paying for this. Bro, when you stay single and put all that shit up, do you know how much money you save? Oh my God. Like for the women, it's just like if you got a broke ass nigga, a broke ass baby daddy, this nigga ain't got no motion, ain't making no money, and you can't save no money or do nothing for yourself because you got this broke nigga and you got to pay for everything. It's the same with every girl we talk to because we have to do every fucking thing.
Wait. Now I'm gonna let him finish, but wait. Is he really comparing being in a relationship with a woman to a woman being in a relationship
With a broke
with
ass man who doesn't do anything and doesn't even pay the alimony for his own children. Yep, because I mean, it's two different things, but at the same time, I understand what he means. That person is not happy in a relationship or dating, and there is no money either way. In both situations, everyone is broke. But yeah, there is truth in what he's saying. But at the end of the day, all the success and everything that you do in life is there. It's meant to be shared with someone, with your family. And how are you going to have a family if you're not going to have a wife, if you're not going to have someone to take care of that family and nurture it while you are pursuing other dreams and other things to do? That's why I feel like we really need to get back into some traditional values, and we should not shame traditional values because without them, things are breaking. Like, we are not figuring out anything.
ladies, it was never, ever, ever supposed to give this. What happened to reciprocity? What happened to appreciation? What happened to you pouring into these men? See, that's where we messed up. And y'all get the likes up. This is where the women messed up. Y'all messed up by becoming beautiful bums. And as quiet as kept, y'all, a lot of y'all not even beautiful. Y'all just bums. But we're going to leave it over there. We ain't going to get into all of that.
Ooh,
But
shame
it was never supposed to be this. And this is why a lot of the men are feeling like, yeah, I'm better off being single, being alone, because I'm able to save more money. I'm able to have more time and dedication to myself. Like, yeah, but he is really out here comparing women to bums.
That was his experience.
As sad as it is, he's not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I am sorry for people who are in America dating, especially in big cities, because I feel like the more and more I am watching these videos, the more I understand and I learn about this whole toxic culture of dating. And I hope there is a way out of it. And the more people like her talk about it, and maybe like me as well, and bring more attention to it, maybe some men out there will also change their mind and start pursuing the right women. Because at the end of the day, there are too many examples of actually really good women ending up with really successful men, or men who became successful because of that woman or with the help of that woman. You have so many celebrities, you have so many football players, like you have so many people out there who have successful relationships, and they have really beautiful women as well. It's not like they ended up with a woman that is not pretty. So you can still find a woman that is pretty, that takes care of herself, but also takes care of you. It just you need to work on it. You need to figure out your thing first, and you need to also kind of give opportunities and chances to women.
The lights up.
So, bro, if you want to save hella bands and get bigger, bro, my addiction is literally the gym and putting up money now. You ain't got to worry about no other chick. And I don't smoke no more because I ain't got to worry about a bitch stressing me out.
Oh, come on.
So it's like a win-win, bro. If you want to come up in this world, stay single. Stay single. Don't even date, bro.
She's so shocked. She cannot believe that he said that. I don't feel like he said anything very shocking. That is his truth. That is his reality. That is how he feels right now. It doesn't mean that tomorrow when he wakes up, he will feel the same thing. He is sharing his opinion on social media, which also makes me question why. If you are so happy and satisfied with your life, you do not have the need to talk about it on social media. There is literally no need. So maybe there is some other secret behind it. And I feel like men like that, they like to make a bigger community and then start selling courses in their descriptions. So yeah, that's my opinion.
Fellas. And I don't even want to ask this because I just know what I'm going to see in the chat. Can y'all put a 2 in the chat?
If you agree.
Lord have mercy. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree with what this brother just said.
Can we put a 2 in the comments if we agree?
I'm trying to see how doomy and gloomy it really is. Please tell me if y'all don't agree with this. Put a 2 if you agree with him. Put a 1 if it's like, nah, I can't relate to that because my woman is a good woman. She contributes. She honors me. She loves me. I'm trying to see something, okay? And I hope I at least see 1-1. You know what I mean? I hope so. But
Why do you think so many men feel like the dating game is stacked against them right now?
God. Men are continued to be persuaded into selecting women who are signaling for short-term dating. And the reason that I say that is men, and this is proven across time, across cultures, they have discernment around short-term dating and mating versus long-term dating and mating. And the reason that that's important is women now, with the cultural changes, with feminism, with the influence of empowerment via promiscuity, they're all signaling for short-term mating strategies. And so,
but because we only have those short-term mingling strategies, like no woman and no man go on to something like that, whether if they're in the club or whatever, they meet someone, they don't think about it long term, especially at the start. You always think about it short term, and then feelings starts to crawl, and then both of you are agreeing on to dating. Right? Like, I feel like it's very difficult to have actual strategies for long term. If anyone comes to you with actual strategies for long term, you will feel scared. You will run away. It doesn't work like that. I feel like majority of relationships start with short term and then they can develop into long term stuff.
men are attracted to these women. They'll sleep with these women. They certainly will come, but they don't stay. And so women say that they want long-term partners, and the expectation of men is to be everything that a long-term mate would be, but they're not signaling the right things for men to commit to, nor would they want to.
Because they don't know.
And so now it's making men the enemy for not wanting to commit to women who are not up to the standards that men have when it comes to choosing a woman to commit to long-term.
They are not being taught how to be or represent yourself as a long-term person. Let's not say thing, person. So I genuinely do not know the strategies of being that woman, how it works, because it's completely normal for everyone to think at the start of a relationship it's a short term and let's just have fun, and then if things turn out well, feelings happen, then you start thinking about long term, and then somehow you present yourself as someone like that. But unfortunately, a lot of times if men end up with a woman and they are just having fun, they think she's just for fun, and if she gives everything immediately at the start, like an open door, they don't tend to even think about it or even go through the distance of even trying to pursue or be with a woman long term.
And so the confusion and the frustration for men is that there are not many viable mates as far as options when it comes to somebody that they could actually settle down with, commit to, and build a family with. And so the frustration for men is valid. They're not confused, they're wise. And women can either continue to attack men and say that they shouldn't have standards, or they're insecure, or they're controlling, or they're whatever they want to label them. to deflect any level of accountability or awareness around maybe their behavior or the way that they present themselves or how they carry themselves or
how they give
their
themselves.
history with access and sexuality is not at all what men actually want nor look for when it comes to a woman to settle down with.
Yeah, like I feel like it's so easy to find the right man if you have respect towards yourself and you don't just give him everything. And by the way, the same man could have taken it from someone else if it was easy. It doesn't mean that he's a bitch or whatever. You know, it's just like it's a man thing, and when they are younger they don't really think about long term and seriousness, but then maybe later if they meet the right person and that person presents themselves in the right way with the right manners, respecting themselves, not giving away, you know what I mean, having or sharing the same thoughts for the future, I think conversation really helps in a matter of a long-term relationship. If you are in a short-term relationship or a short-term dating, whatever, they're not going to even ask you about your opinion, let alone what are your plans for the next 5 years.
You guys just want to stay single, right?
True. A lot of gentlemen out there would
At this point, they're going to be like,
rather
yeah.
stay single.
Yeah.
Because why else would you stop approaching women in public entirely?
Other than the reason that a lot of women have told men to leave them alone.
Exactly.
They don't want them in their lives and they don't need them. Quite frankly, a lot of women's personalities really aren't conducive to an actual conversation, let alone a relationship.
Because I feel like back in the day, like early 2000s, maybe the 90s, it was so common for men to walk up to women and, you know, start a little conversation. Nowadays,
women were more normal back
A
then.
lot of men out there have woken up and seen what some women out there are really like. So, frankly, most of them would rather stay single than risk being with some of the types of women that they see every day on social media.
So tell me, why is it that you guys would rather just die alone?
Because a lot of men have realized that it's not only easier, but it's much more peaceful being single. And not only that, but a lot of men have woken up to the fact that they have self-respect and they don't need to be in a relationship to be considered a complete person.
Yeah, plus like they don't need to be in a relationship to be considered a complete person, especially because back in the day you were not complete unless you have a partner. But now the life provides you with everything. You can order weekly meals if you don't know how to cook. You don't need a woman for that. You have nurses, nannies, kita, and kindergarten and whatnot to take care of your kids. You have so many options, so many things as a man as well in the future. You can have a family without even having a woman, which is really sad, but at the end of the day, I would appreciate it if that person or that kid has a mom as well. But you know what I mean? Like they have options. Back in the day, they didn't have options. So they had to like maybe settle down or work harder or be like, okay, fine, I can deal with this and that because I'm getting what I want or I'm getting other results that are satisfying and make me happy. So yeah, now if a woman makes you completely miserable and you are just like having a couple of things that are not even worth it from her, then why even bother, right?
Are single men happier than you think? A lot of single men are not actually miserable. A lot of them are doing better than fine. Society likes to push the idea, oh, men are lost without a woman. That's a lie.
Not
For
anymore.
years now, men have been told that their happiness only comes from marriage and kids and overall settling down. But modern relationships don't offer men the same benefits that they used to. Men aren't wrong for asking what's in it for me before they go into a really serious relationship. Single men today have financial freedom and overall peace of mind. They have control over their own lives. They're traveling, building businesses, hitting the gym, and overall going after their goals. And until women are willing to offer a little bit more in relationships, this is going to continue. Holding men to these outdated expectations, but also a variety of new ones that
New
that show up
expectations are
every
even
single
worse.
day, is just not doing it for them. And they're not going to continue having relationships if this keeps up.
Yeah, it is too much. It's definitely too much. It is very worrisome if you think about it, because I personally am sitting here and I don't know what woman could offer you that you would be like 100% into it. Like you would say, yeah, single life sucks, because it doesn't. You could have all of those things, but definitely you would be missing other things. But at the end of the day, where are those women who are going to be offering you the good life? So it's difficult, but it's not impossible. Like, I did it. A lot of women I know did it. A lot of men did it. A lot of men are in relationships. They're happy married. They're happy at being a father to their children. So there is so much satisfaction into that. But me just sitting there and telling you that, I don't think it is enough. And I'm not trying to sell you on anything, because I think both sides could be right. You could be single and happy, but you could also be in a relationship, marriage, being a father and be happy as well. You can be satisfied and happy in both ways. It just at the end of the day depends what you really want. Like, if you ask yourself when you're all alone by yourself, is this it? Is this what I want? Is this how I see my future? Me growing old, me growing old. Is this it? Like, you just have to ask yourself. And if it is not, then today is the day you have to change it, because time is going really quickly and opportunities are less and less.
I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet, tired of disrespect, tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
I love how she was so proud of herself at the end there. She's like, nailed that speech. Damn right I did. I agree with her 100%. I have nothing else to add. That was like a ChatGPT speech. I can't even like try to make it any better.
Why is it that nobody talks about the amount of men that are in relationships lying to themselves and severely gaslighting themselves into believing that they're happy? They're in sexless marriages where literally their wife is nagging every single day, and these women want to always victimize themselves by bringing up this whole mental load shit, but they never stop to consider the mental load that men have. And what I mean by mental load is he's looking at the bigger picture. He's making sure that she's good. He's making sure that the kids are good. He's making sure that he has retirement and investments and a college fund for the kids. Meanwhile, she thinks she's overwhelmed because she's got to take Johnny to soccer practice because she signed him up for 12 activities and 6 sporting events, and she's overwhelmed. Like, she didn't even have to do all that, first of all. But I digress. The amount of men that are in relationships because they don't want to lose all of their shit, the amount of men that can't even speak up and they're being oppressed by women that hold them down and belittle them and emasculate them. But if they leave, guess what? They lose like 80% of their parenting time. Most men are only in relationships so they can still see their kids full time. And the worst part about it is society pretends like they care about mental health, but if a man were to bring up the fact that he's burnt out or the fact that he feels like he's not good enough because he's not providing enough and his marriage is failing, then he still gets blamed for it and he's looked at as a weaker man. But yet it's only the women that are oppressed and supposedly surviving in their marriages, even though there's men out here that literally haven't been touched, haven't been affectionate with their wives, and their wives want nothing to do with them for the last 10 years.
Yeah, there is like truth in both situations. That's why divorces are so high. Like, if it's possible, I would say there are more divorced people than married people. But I completely agree with this. The fact that they always mention and victimize themselves, I mean, women in marriages, and how they are the one who are living in an unhappy marriage. And they are the ones who, in the majority of the cases, are the ones who are seeking divorce first, because they know the law is going to be on their side. They're going to get the best out of it. And men are the ones who actually end up also being miserable in both cases, whether they are in, as she says, a sexless marriage, an unhappy marriage, or if they are divorced, paying for alimony and what else, and not seeing their kids. So yeah, that could be true. That is very difficult. You don't wish that upon anyone, especially me being married and having children. And I'm thinking like, nah, that could never be me. That could never happen to me. But you actually never know what the future beholds. So I completely understand that point of men not even wanting to go there. Even if they have someone they really love, they are questioning it because they don't know if that is the right path for them and how it will end. You never know. You can live your best life, be happy, satisfied, do the best you can do. Because at the end of the day, that is the most important, is that you know you put everything into it. Like, do not hold back. Give everything into it. And if things don't work out, at least you know you tried your best.
I have across platforms probably over 800,000 followers that are all single men. That's why they follow me for dating advice. And I get thousands of messages every day from attractive guys that cannot get a
Because she's
date.
pretty.
And the messages are fucking sad. Girls are not aware of the crisis out there that men are facing in the dating world. I don't think you can speak on it because you don't know about it. You don't see them. You have no idea how sad it is. I cry about it when I read the messages.
We have now taken over the masculine traits of men, which doesn't allow them to be men. I'm coming to a place where I'm gonna stand up for the things that keep me out of survival, for the things that keep me out of this masculine of just like feeling the need to do and do and do so it can keep me safe, but it doesn't benefit me in allowing me to be soft. I have these guards up so freaking high that it just defeats the purpose. Being defensive and stuff, it keeps us alone, keeps us exhausted, it keeps us disconnected, it just keeps all of us out of touch. And we have now taken over the masculine traits of men,
and that is completely wrong. Women trying to be men, they will never succeed at it, and it will be such an imbalance in their life. They will never be truly happy. They will even blame the men for that, even though that was their choice at the end of the day. No man made them do it. So I think that's why, in one way, we need to bring the traditional back into it. Women should feel more like women, and it should be completely fine to be a woman.
It doesn't allow them to be men. It only allows them to be weaker. Now they feel somewhat intimidated, and I get it. Like, we should take a lot of pride, and like now we have rights, and now we can do the thing that they've once told us that we couldn't do. But there's a very thin line. You gotta also allow men to be men. We're going to continue to be complaining about these men not being men, but we're not allowing them to be men because we're so in our masculine, and then we make fun of them for being soft sometimes. And now like the roles have reversed, and it just defeats the entire purpose. We should have both yin and yang to like balance each other out.
Exactly.
As we all know, men don't really need much to be happy. A major part of a man's happiness is peace and quiet. Women know this, but most simply can't give it to him, even if they want to be good wives. Why? Because most women can't control their emotions. So they'd rather damage their relationships than deal with their feelings.
Okay, I have to admit that when it's that time of the month, it's very difficult to control your emotions. But if you're a person that from 30 days, 25 days, you're that person, like the really imbalanced emotionally, then I think there is something wrong with you. Like, you have to work on yourself.
This happens in more relationships than we would like to think. If that's not entirely clear, let's look at it this way. Picture this with me. A man being in silence for 1 hour straight. Okay, now let's picture a woman being silent
Oh
for
my
1
God,
hour
there's no
straight.
way. There is
That's
no way.
right. We can't.
No.
That is because most women like to do things day and night until it's time for bed. Because when women are doing random things, they are not doing one very important thing.
Thinking
and that
and talking.
is sitting with their thoughts and
Yeah.
emotions. Most men embrace solitude as a chance to reflect on life and make themselves better, while most women would consider this time as torture.
Yeah, and like women would see a man do that and be like, why are you depressed? Why are you sad? What is wrong? Is it me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, and a man would be like so completely lost. Like, what do you mean? What did I do? You can't just sit there peacefully. Like, what is going on? There must be something wrong. Honestly, so different. We are so different. We have so many like alike things, but we are so different.
I mean, I get it. Hearing what most women think about is pretty painful, right?
Oh yeah,
of course it is.
Men
it is
will
to
not
them as well.
understand that.
That's why, when there is nothing else to do, this type of woman will always stir something up. And having the distraction of the drama takes them further away from their thoughts. Because peace is unbearable for them, she will create some chaotic interaction with him. They will do whatever it takes to not be alone with their thoughts and emotions, even to the point of robbing her husband of a major part of his
happiness. Oh no! Holy jamoli. Although in a way, I think this could apply to women who don't have hobbies, or they don't have a lot of friends, or they don't have video games to play. And I'm saying that because I feel like I'm not gonna call out anyone I know, but I feel like there are women out there who really don't have anything to do, and they're sitting on a couch scrolling on their phone the whole time, and then they see their man doing something or not doing something they like, and then they are gonna steer the drama, whatever, because they don't have enough drama in their life and they don't want to be in their thoughts. However, there are women, and I call myself one of those, who enjoys being alone, because I do have hobbies like art, like video games. I like watching series. I like creating videos, and I always find satisfaction in doing all of those things. And that gets me out of the thoughts that she is talking about. That gets me out of those moments in life, the peaceful time that you would have to actually be in your thoughts and think about the past and the future and the present or whatever. So yeah, the more busy you get, the easier it gets. And I think it's also very, very important for women to be satisfied with their own self and with their own time in order to be with someone. Like, you cannot be with someone if you are not happy within yourself. If you're not fulfilled, then you cannot expect that the other person is gonna fulfill you. But yeah, that is it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. Oh, sorry. I always punch you. I'm so sorry. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time, guys. Bye.